Hey VC, it's Jonathan, the Cheap and Cheerful Record Collector. I hope everybody is doing well out there today. 2 days ago on Sunday, I went to a record show here in Portland, Maine, and hung out with my buddy Brian from Shamrock and Records, picked up a whole bunch of records, started going through them, and in the beginning I'm saying I'm not finding anything, and then I found the $5 booth, and I found a bunch of stuff, and I found some... Anyway, I got a bunch of records. Turned out well. Last week I pulled about 130 records from my collection and sold them. Basically stuff I don't listen to anymore, doubles, things that just not interest me anymore. So I got some cash, so I was able to spend some money at the record show. First one I got is one I've been looking for quite a while. Originally released in 1968, and it is the first Creedence Clearwater Revival album. This sort of completes my search for Creedence Clearwater albums. So really happy to have this one. This is a pressing from Belgium, no date on it, but really clean condition. I actually saw 2 copies there at the show, and this was the cleaner of the 2. So really nice. And we all know this album. That first, I Put a Spell on You, Susie Q, all those songs. Fantastic. Great stuff. There you go. Next one is another Creedence Clearwater album. Really wasn't on my radar, but when I saw it at the price, I couldn't resist. And it's a Creedence Clearwater Revival Live, recorded in New York, 1971. Concert tour, says September 4th through the 28th. 2-record set. Like I said, it really wasn't on my radar. But what made me think of it is that about a week ago, I was talking to Headley from Another Fat Bearded Man Collecting Records online the other day, and we were talking about Tony Joe White. And I said, I have a Tony Joe White album, live double album, that was recorded in Europe in 1971 when they were the opening act for Creedence Clearwater Revival. So here's that Tony Joe White album which I had in my collection. This one's called That On the Road Look Live. Fantastic album. So basically, this is the opening act, and this was the headliner. So you play these 2 together, you'd have the whole show. I don't think it's the same date recorded, but the same tour for sure. So there you go. So it's interesting that Tony Joe White was opening for Creedence Clearwater Revival. Next one is one I saw about a week or 2 ago at a store, and it was just beat to hell. But it sort of reminded me this is an album I want to get. And I was at the show, and it popped up, so I grabbed it. And it's Faces, Ooh La La, 1973. Cleaned up nice. The cover's not in great shape. There's the gatefold, Ooh La La. And yeah. And this is when they had Rod Stewart in the band. So really looking forward to giving this a spin and seeing what this sounds like. Faces, Ooh La La. Then I had some country. This one is Ramblin' Jack Elliott. Born in Brooklyn, but really took on that whole cowboy ethos. Hung out with Woody Guthrie early on. And this is his album, Jack Elliott Sings the Songs of Woody Guthrie. This was originally released in 1961. This is a 1972 repress on Prestige. Hard traveling, New York town, Tom Joad, Talking Dust Bowl, This Land Is Your Land, Pretty Boy Floyd, Philadelphia Lawyer, So Long, It's Been Good to Know You. Great songs, so the great Ramblin' Jack Elliott. This one I saw, and this was still sealed when I got it at the show. Band I really enjoy, so I was happy to grab. This is their 2012 release of Old Crow Medicine Show. And this is their album called Carry Me Back. Like I said, it was sealed when I got it. Just played it 5 minutes ago. It sounds great. Some great stuff on here. Carry Me Back to Virginia. We Don't Grow Tobacco. Stepping Out. Country Gal. Just really great country bluegrass roots music, as they say. Or Americana. Yeah, Old Crow Medicine Show. Still sealed. Was when I got it. This is a record that I've had on CD for many years and Love this album. And I knew it was out on vinyl, not in the United States, but in Europe. And I never expected to find it. So when I saw it, I had to grab it. And it's a Chet Atkins and Mark Knopfler, neck and neck, very shiny cover. So it's a little shadow there. This is originally released in 1990. This is the 30th anniversary reissue on Music on Vinyl. Numbered. This number is number 265. I don't know what that means. Out of 10 million, I have no idea. But number 265, and this is on beautiful blue vinyl, 180 gram. It's such an amazing record. They're so great together. Like I said, I had the CD for years, and just really happy to be able to pick up a vinyl copy. Chet Atkins, Mark Knopfler, neck and neck. Can't recommend that highly enough. Even if you can only find it on CD, I would grab it. Next one is a record that's a classic. I had an original, and I actually sold it or gave it to Brian probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I listened to it once or twice, really didn't think much of it, and sort of was pissed off that I got rid of it. I'm walking around the show, and I found Dusty Springfield, Dusty in Memphis. And this is a new pressing from 2017, originally released in '69 on Atlantic. Really good condition, virtually brand new. There's the Atlantic label it was on, in great condition. And, everyone knows this record. So really happy to bring it back into the fold. Let's see. Oh, here, this is a blind buy. And whenever I see Rounder or something like that, I always grab it if the price is right. Never heard of these people before, and I still haven't had a chance to play it yet. They're called Country Cookin', Barrel of Fun. And the reason I grabbed it is that the banjo player on here is Tony Trischka, who basically taught a lot of banjo of the newgrass movement. Bella Fleck was one of his students, etc., etc. So this is out in 1974. So haven't listened to it yet, but I'm sure I know what it's going to sound like. Going to be that bluegrass, newgrass kind of feel. So really happy to grab that one. Got one bluesy kind of album, sort of like a jump blues, and it's Mr. 5x5, Jimmy Rushing. The album 5 Feet of Soul. They used to call him Mr. 5x5 because he was 5 feet tall and 5 feet around. And this was on Colpix Records. And as, let's see, on here, Phil Woods is on here, Zoot Sims, very nice. Snooky Young, Jimmy Cleveland, Irby Green, Freddie Green on guitar, Milt Hinton on bass. So yeah, really great jump blues. Jimmy Rushing, Mr. 5x5. Herbie Hancock. And this is called Sound System. 1984 European pressing. Haven't had a chance to spin it yet, but it's going to be more of his electronic stuff, I'm sure, from 80s. So yeah, looking forward to that. Herbie Hancock. And how about my man Sonny Rollins? Big Sonny Rollins fan, if I watch my channel. This is his album, Dancing in the Dark, from 1988. Originally put out in 87, but not in the United States. In the United States, this is the first release in 1988. So later Sonny Rollins, but still, I mean, come on, it's Sonny Rollins, the man himself. So really great stuff. Can't wait to give this a spin. And while I was there, I saw another Sonny Rollins album, so I grabbed this one. This is Sonny Rollins Plays. Leonard Feather presents Sonny Rollins Quintet and Thad Jones and his ensemble. Originally released in 1958. This is a 1987 Spanish mono pressing. So that's sort of cool. One side, like I said, is the Sonny Rollins Quintet, and the second side is a Thad Jones ensemble with Sonny Rollins playing. There you go, Sonny Rollins. Little jazz piano, Mal Waldron. Mal's played with all the greats, amazing piano player. This is a solo album from 1977, promo copy, and it's called Signals. Mal Waldron, solo piano. Yeah, Arista Records, pretty great. Lucky enough, I got to see Mal Waldron about 2 or 3 years before he passed away. He played up here in Maine, and went to see him. It was great. Here's a guitar player a lot of people don't know about, but I think he's just wonderful. Jazz guitar player, his name is Tal Farlow. This is a 1969 album called The Return of Tal Farlow. He played for a number of years, then he was a teacher, taught at different universities, didn't really record a lot, and then by 69 he came back and recorded this album. Originally, yeah, this came out in 72, recorded in 69. It's him with the quartet, and does Monk, Straight No Chaser, The Summertime, Darn That Dream. Definitely, if you don't know Tal Farlow, you like jazz guitar, definitely look him up. His records are not expensive and really wonderful. I'm a big saxophone player. I love saxophone players. So this guy I love too. And it's the great Art Pepper. And this is his album, Friday Night at the Village Vanguard. I have Thursday Night at the Village Vanguard. This is Friday night. And I still got to get Saturday night. They put out 3 albums, all recorded in 1977 at the Village Vanguard in New York, with George Cables on piano, George Mraz on bass, and Elvin Jones on drums. The great Art Pepper. Here's one that a guy never see people mention even on the Facebook Jazz Vinyl Lovers page, or I've never seen anybody talk about him on YouTube. But what can I say? Dr. Billy Taylor. And this is Tailor Made Piano. Great musician. This is more in the bop swing era and big band than it is hard bop or anything, but great piano player. And this is a compilation from 1957, and also features Zoot Sims. And one side is Zoot Sims, Joe Jones, and a number of other people, like 8 or 10 people. And the second side is just a trio with Billy Taylor and Charlie Mingus and Marquis Foster. So whenever I see Charles Mingus, I have to grab it. It says Billy Taylor from 1957, the comp. These are all from that record show. And another one I got, if you know, obviously I'm a jazz hound, is Horace Silver, Silver in Wood, 1976 recording. Again, I bought these Sunday. I cleaned them all yesterday. I haven't had a chance to listen to all of them. Listened to a couple of them, but not all of them yet, obviously. But looking forward to digging into this one. This is a trumpet solo, tenor, sax, piano, and acoustic bass and drums. So nice small quintet. There you go. Horace Silver, Silver in Wood. Speaking of wood, I picked up a Phil Woods album. This one called The Rites of Swing. So Phil Woods is another saxophone player. Actually saw him again about 2 years before he passed away at Ronnie Scott's in London. We were there a number of years ago. So when I saw this, I said, oh, that's great. I don't have that one. I should get it. I get home. I'm looking it up on Discogs, and oh, it's the same record. The one I picked up, the yellow one here, was from 1972, and this is from 1980. The same exact record, 2 different covers. Why do they do that? It drives me crazy. I'll pick up the cleanest one, keep that, and get rid of the other one. And finally, the last one I got was a VCLT from Brian. I think I gave him, what was it the other day? Hold on. Norman Blake. That's it. I gave him a Norman Blake album. I bought one that I found that was signed, and I had another one unsigned. I gave him that one. I kept the signed ones, and he passed this on to me, and it's the Incredible String Band live. Haven't had a chance to listen to this yet. This is 1970. Incredible String Band. This is the kind of music when I was back in high school and college, 1970, 69. All our hippies, this is what we listened to a lot, was the Incredible String Band. So I'm really happy to add this back on the collection. So yeah, that's all the stuff I bought at the records show last week. Turned out better than I expected. A lot of those jazz albums were $5 each, which is really good. The Dusty Springfield was $10. It's like a $40 record, so that was really good. I got some good deals. And when I'm at a record show, if I bought 4 or 5 albums, like I had a couple there, I had like 4 albums I bought from the guy, and they added up to like $45. And I always say, would you take 40 for him? He goes, oh yeah, sure, no problem. So $40. Doesn't hurt to ask. If they don't want to do it, they'll say no. They won't look at you askance or give you the evil eye if you ask for a discount. If you're buying a couple of records, it can't hurt to ask for a little discount there. They want to get rid of stuff, and it's always good to get a deal. Okay? Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate that. And until next time, peace.